minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Medawase Saudi video at 92.9. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Eba Kessben 92.9 and Afeso Kessben TV Swore. Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice in a day a dafofo ewo wabra boom and until wasora no pay ya boya wo ewie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw and until u breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa ofidie no eto 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. 47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Medawase Saudi video at 92.9. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Eba Kessben 92.9 and Afeso Kessben TV Swore. Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice in a day a dafofo ewo wabra boom and until wasora no pay ya boya wo ewie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw and until u breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa ofidie no eto 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. 47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Medawase Saudi video at 92.9. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Eba Kessben 92.9 and Afeso Kessben TV Swore. Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice in a day a dafofo ewo wabra boom and until wasora no pay ya boya wo ewie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw and until u breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa ofidie no eto 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. 47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Medawase Saudi video at 92.9. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Eba Kessben 92.9 and Afeso Kessben TV Swore. Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice in a day a dafofo ewo wabra boom and until wasora no pay ya boya wo ewie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw and until u breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa ofidie no eto 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. 47 57 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting area mansan so for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi emo akwaba saso and I will join here 92.9 me da wase so do video ato 92.9
Memoachi emo akwaba eba
by to wait san say diagnostic herbal industry the drobia be friend 1374 the friend T74 pharmacy bia me pacho yarewa me bobo so nyina me pacho ko pebi na to na bebo ye pa umpewe Mesika baba extra yarewa we nyina na nom 1374 na bebo pa 0246 073498 0246 073498 and after 0501628931 0501628931 now one get diagnostic herbal industry funding come on T74 1374
Have you ever been in love so deep?
And if you're in love,
you can't sleep.
You should be able to know say Sika, Okresika, now this Sika ye Juma. I don't think I Bayport fixed deposit campaign e cost water. Me so kutu patam pacho for Sika ne ko na bebwa. Yem Sika ne ko to ne fa nya Juma nan wo man yen. I don't know ka be 5,000 Ghana cedis afa ba ko de ba. Obenya 1,000 Ghana cedis as interest wo Sika ne so. Pay 20,000 Ghana cedis wo so mean siape. Over 1,820 Ghana cedis. And I feel so 100,000 Ghana cedis afa ba ko an. Me pacho 20,000 Ghana cedis as interest. Mitimaya me de papa. Bayport fixed deposit no. Ama mitimaya me de bruta. Say bye bye to here what Bayport also your future now. Only a year manager needing come out 0245 153283 0245 153283 and after 020412 5878. Now only a year Bayport Indian come out. Bayport also your future now.
Did you ever have tears in your eyes because you had to say goodbye? Everybody put your hands up high.
Mameni chepam ni komana femi kwa homane so.
Did you ever have tears?
Na chepam de onwa ne ne ko Christmas yi. Chepam sa men kan sure say wontare no. So they call office, so they call a church, so they call a sorry and a party. Christmas ya be ya obe pie ya obe ko drink up, so be ko sorry ko 31st. Obe ko birthday party, so be ko drink up say. Me pa chowa. Woni chepam ending come on, no be boa. Ne boss who form the entire pam job boy I said already made you know. I say me and who say ye che pam nko a. Nen sa no ofe. Enti na ma ye kwekwa du bo hands on ne ndi nkomo. No pem pam ne entire ne ma no. Onko baby e biom che pam an obeko. Otu ne no head ye sem no tun say yes di bia ko fine. 020-683-7738 020-683-7738 or Aboshi Market a hundred in the office in the world. Identity friend on Baye Bibia ma or no one casa beba office crown or cheki Bibia.
Can't believe he at the
52
can't believe she's about to take
into 7.
She's leaving on the jet plane and I
But I saw the video no ato 92.9 and I face so Kessben TV meeting at the Mansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Matanasi from now to 9:45 and no one be this age way. What's I F Shemi Biowa our DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV a channel 121. I face so on Facebook a Kessben 92.9. Kessben 92.9. Call na like page no mame. Share page no. Now face to comment mame. We'll comment in a making kind amount. And then your WhatsApp messages and your text messages in your answer no making kind in a will fear hanum amount. And ra a year on Mampenny Asia a year in Painful Movie National Peace Council our presidency or no more 18 komo and ra a year na and ra ye train we are na in commodity anymore and na a year the most popular topic in a year for almost for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks now, which has to do with the closure. And I say yenyi penya or that OSP and no Raki Sija being enfiho and now so yen scrapo the entire OSP office in na enfiho no. Oman penyi edena no atumubi. Na wakasa mekwa humano to bransa na mekwa humano so no. Mama yentie oman penyi ewo 92.9 na face yen hwe no ewo Kessben TV and then on Facebook Kessben 92.9 the Okafa OSP office no ho. What is President John Dramani Mahama saying about the OSP's office?
I do enjoy prosecuting people.
Kessben 92.9.
The people will not forgive us if people develop impunity in terms of abusing the trust that people have put in them. And so that's why we're resourcing the Economic and Organized Crime Office and the other anti-corruption institutions, including the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And recently, there have been some controversy with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. I think it's premature to call for the closure of that office. The unique thing about that office is it is the only anti-corruption agency that has prosecutorial powers to be able to prosecute themselves without going through the Attorney General. And so people had mistrust for the Attorney General because the Attorney General normally is a member of government and is a minister of state. And so they believe that the Attorney General will be very reluctant to prosecute his own. But if there's an independent office like the Office of the Special Prosecutor, it won't matter who you are because they have security of tenure and they have prosecutorial powers, whether you're a member of government or you're a member of a previous government or you are anybody who has, misappropriated public funds. They have the law is behind them to be able to prosecute you. So I think we should give them a little time. Of course, people want to see, more prosecutions and more results. And so I'll just urge the OSP to speed up, some of these investigations and, show people that the office is still very relevant.
Okay, so this is President John Dramani Mahama talking about the OSP's office. Or say, on Jindi, a premature, a too early. Say you be doing komo afa a OSP who say yen scrapo and now say ye opinion a kisi eja being enfi honum. So clearly, now when the president speaks, what else can we say? Or no, and the first gentleman on the land, I say ye more a little time. And I like the choice of words of your politicians, and I take it, very, 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 important. Now he says, let's give him a little time. Is it the fact that a little time will be maybe next year to say it is enough is enough? And as I said, yeah. But Yankop, na opinion, Dr. Daniel Apia. Governance, politics, and then public sector reform expert. University of Ghana, ending komo and na he's on Zoom, so we can talk to him and then let's see what if it really makes meaning to the processes when it comes to corruption fight and all that. All right, Daniel, me watching emo akwaba eba Kessben 92.9 so na face Kessben TV. Me gidi ese bibe boko there.
Onya Miss Memo Achemejo so bibia eye boko ye meti etifo nyina nso ye momo ache
ye do bi ye da wase say ya sanfre but this is the second time or so I ever been come afa the OSP office no. The earlier discussion I had with you, you clearly stated and you stood on your grounds to say that there is more reason why we should still keep the office of the OSP, and then the act that brought it, Act 959, which is in 2017, should still stand. Now today, Omapenyi says, and I quote him, I think it is premature to call for the closure of the office of the special prosecutor. What are you doing?
So, by the OSP hunkomo. I am a DJ Kessipa, say, Omampeni, Edina no atwa semimu. Na free watcher said OSP office and office of special prosecutor and premature too early. Say Ubibeka say yes office no inclusive no down and I collapse no. Minimum company dream pa na me born abasu bebre or your company and watcher say utie 92.9 say watcher say utie a futu efa na membo no ho. Nti me born abasu bebre waya de papa.
But clearly, Doc, or say we should give a little time. What it tells us is, and he did also say, we're expecting the OSP so between more na why prosecutions and 10 even though no man penino and any de say be a betichi say be ubi egumo and as a man for egumo, but he feels that if the people are also talking and saying say yen fi kono mo di kan kakra because yen said that ehun hwe and also
Mini say o say ma OSP no a little time me ne ya adwen me de me nka say a little time because at the end of the day no OSP no yen nyina nim say 2017 2018 na ye di OSP by na mom OSP ye create ye no bebi omo betena crown no beye adwuma crown no na omo enye bi omo offices edan omo betena mo beye adwuma crown no mo enye bi enti ye nyina ye betwa ye ni ahwe ye chi a just around 2023 ye mfie be mbienu aba besen na yetumi kosi edan esi homa OSP say ya fe de ya mamo office ye sidan amamo a mo beye mu adwuma na inti free sa 2023 edi ba beka ende be afi kra enko na wiye enwiye nti be mfie be mbienu ni a ye beka se OSP enya atenase a wone ne nkrofo na special prosecutor no eni na adwumanfo adwuma a na be mfie be mbienu ani at the same time so behwen so a office of special prosecutor ye create ye board ye governing board we say ye yi ana ye pa mpanimfo bi a mo be form governing board na omo ni OSP special prosecutor no aye adwuma no ba be kan de ya America say ye ntumi empa governing board eninti no wo hwe special prosecutor ya utumi say obo no homodin pa won crack board governing board so wo hwe act no so e create OSP na office of special prosecutor na governing board no so e wo dwuma owo so mudie ene say envian say special prosecutor dwuma mudie no baabi atochema ana baabi enkoyi omo so wo ho akwanja say omo so betumi etu special prosecutor ifo sa de ye ni say ya enkebe ye ana ase ne amoye mwadwumen moye ni say ya ebe ye moye ni say ya ebeboa eba be kan ni ye ka say governing board yentumi create ye at the same time no ansa na NPP aban no eba be free so no keta se ni proye ekosoro pa ma fedu baabi no omampani na nado Dankwah Kufuado ekofre IMF fo say yesra mo mumbra na mumbra be nhwehwe mu maye se adenti na ekueku a yate esi honom te se OSP yoko ene dia aka honom ye woni nyina wo man mu nanso keta se ni proye ekosoro pa na yentumi enkom na IMF fo no de omo legal team department akukudam eba omo mba be nhwehwemu na omo hwehwemu no ade ba akọ omo kan ne se ampa so wo hwe adwumaku bi te se OSP a ni sika asem ni de enkanya ade a omo wo problem kese wo sika asem because aban no tumi mo sika kakra na mom ba bi ba akọ a omo wo problem kese pan se nipa a wo so omo fo omo no omo ni omo ye adwuma wo adwuma no mu no na omo ye investigations kese no omo aban no fast ankofo no ma omo enti OSP adwuma no eto esin kakra until say aban no ebetumi apa nipa etitra na omo ngo nimdi akese aboa yewura kese ajabe no omo age adwuma ni yie no OSP adwuma no ade a enya ade a ebetumi akoso yie sa report eba 2024 even November yakra na aban no dance report no edie inti sa wo hwe se nipa OSP ne be hia omde omaye adwuma no omo nyina no OSP no ne nsankan sa nipa no nyina na the same time no so no be mfie be mbienu ya na ye ma omo dan omo kwa akotenem na governing board also omo ye adwuma no so ye ntumi create sa governing board na sa ne ma nyina no se ye gane nyina ho no mo na MPs bi sorry ejina ka se OSP ne kra ye hu ne adwumadi a oye ye hu ne se obo no ho modern na omampani edika say premature too early because nyama OSP ni hia so de baya adwuma kese na no yamfa ma no wo ne sika na oni omode omo baya adwuma na nipa kakra bi a wafo omode omo ye adwuma no omo ntumi enye adwuma ne kese na adwuma no at a snail pace atesa achechede a wo tu America wo kono nkakra untumi nkonko jana chi mbo no sobo say adwuma na wo de ama no untumi enye ni ye because they also de adwuma no ana akade also de adwuma no yamfa ma omo eninti no me depa so mampani wakase na yesanso agina asanso de futo kakra masase OSP no betumi aye na adwuma kase a na ensama IMF eyo mo hwehwedie mu omo kan ye ni nyina no osa aban no otu ho anamon near bomb modest OSP no one governing board no say created the momo. Now if you are tossing me no so one more be here more investigators and equipment the bayaj mom bet me 2 American terminal or see a dema OSP no. See and me and fast on your main ama OSP no. Now if obi ko koginetire obentia na say MPB and obi ko kokase e wo say collapse no because ye hu OSP ni show obaye 2017 2018 ache year migiri sasa ni panona ebem say wonye ni hwehwe mu ye na migiri se na ebia o man no so ye die no enda ni pana koma so because o man no ye die da sa ni pana koma so pa ebem say o sen ko mu gina e ka say OSP nipa nioma wo hia governing board also hia eni sika ni ade also hia no o say de ma no na sa ni ma ni nyina ye mfa ma na ko gina say ye collapse ya minji ni sasa nipa omo ye collapse no omo wo adwen papa bi ema o man ye ba ketase hye ni proye se na yesi bi e pese ye kono na minji ni se omo wo adwen papa bi ema o man isa
dog but I say even the report of the IMF, you know, my king can be fine. One of them even has to do with the structure of the OSP in itself. They feel say structure and muno and certain CP engineer ye. Therefore, lack and yama bibri when it comes to it. And I feel so the confidence and then the system allowing the OSP to even take that move, no crowd to even say may convict you big crown. Investigators in Niho, I mean, to do a lot of jobs, and that is the more reason why they will lose certain cases, and even when they lose certain cases, to come back and look at the loopholes why we lost it to Crown. Those structures in Inano any honor. So clearly, Udika were on that score. But again, if president wants to really maintain the prime vision, the focus, the reason why we decided to have the OSP, Oko parliamentar. On one majority leader, Mahama Yariga, and then the chief whip, Roxanne Nelson, Dafia Makpo, I drafted a private member bill to repeal the act now setting up a OSP. And I'm talking about Act 959. Is it not contradictory? Whilst president is telling us that the majority business leader in parliament is also drafting a private member bill.
I'm say private member bill no de a majority leader no and then in for omo draft yan sana a mampani e ba be kase a premature and nunti no mampani e ba be gina ye kase a premature in order also to let them know say sa bill no enya de be kwa kwesi ba biara into waka say premature no if say they insist on moving forward at the end of the day o mampani no idea we say ye ba party no ma na NDC party no ma or you be a kukudam na no so do jomo pa inti if it comes to even say maybe or be recommended be a yenyi majority leader free honomo and now monye in Sakrai or parliament on bet me aye sanya previously no na majority leader honomo no omuyi ni free hono de foforo abe and inti o mampani no efutu odi abana na sama waka no begiri se odi egbo omokoko say steps o mwetu ne nko baabia na minya ebem say yentwa ye ni enko ye chikakra.
Okay.
Parents majority leader OSP no why investigating it twice. Why investigating current majority leader twice?
Yes.
Mahama Ayarega case I say ambulance cases be for procurement kwan so no money ade and no investigations. No ankwa kwesi be case no crack court. Na sabre no and am say OSP and to me, Anjani Shushe Muya na so went me and gather enough evidence. Na face any IMF can or moon nipa any equipment near Dom Dibaya Juma into Juma near Tosino. Sa case no 2019 court no etuguye. In a Mahama Yariga Kroyan so Essanso Echo Jina court to Biom Essanso call OSP and Mubium 7 court or call OSP on Mubium another investigation. And also on Muya and Shushe say eya okoto land cruisers bi enom nya ade no so na mo che say mo amfa eya emra kwan so ema OSP ka say sa wo hwe case 2019 na eya against Mahama Yargom de court na court no etugu ye na sa new case against Mahama Yarga no so engineer so pa mo betumi ade nya evidence pa ka say ampa mfa no ntum no engineer so no emuswa eninti no OSP no on to asa case no so inti ya majority leader current majority leader on 2 occasions in a OSP no ago against no na wo hwe OSP ni ndwuma wo die na o discontinue case bia na nkyere say case no on to aso kra because Kessben said they against a public procurement authority boss awa abesen no wotumi say edu baby OSP no sign na ene sa case na senso akoko to biom ene nti no ebi no nso etwamadwen say dia OSP no sign ye against Mama Yarge bia eno no nso no jama wo suro ho say bia OSP be senso akopagya biom nti say majority leader ono de o say yengu OSP wotumi say owo yaudie bi a free actually OSP investigating it twice from Martin Amidu Abreso and Kessben Abreso. So no, the Enyame Nwanwa say majority leader odi anim na wo say yengu OSP because on the OSP in temonum utime say enjokra.
But clearly, in as much as President is happy to say, sir, I mean, tempest should calm down. More little time, what should OSP also be doing to us? Because clearly, we kakra na wo wono sebi edien na wo de ma ye nyina because sisi ano I say ye ni gidie mapasa just as president said wo ye attorney general because on one microphone na wa bamu nti sa akukudro no to even prosecute your own people na ni ho enu nti na ye de OSP so by to do that. All the cases that are in front of Kessben OSP on the table, even the little that you have now, what is so convincing that Ghanaians should still believe that Obitima Ejumano?
I'm say OSP Ejumana kase no cases bebree ina omode akokota omo prosecute.
Okay.
And then no menkwa de anka mafutu de bema OSP say unni nipa bebree wuhia wo de obeye adwuma no eni nte sa wo de wonsa ekokoso so cases bebree mu ebeye den sa wo betumi akoni nyina wa bra wunni resources kese wuhia enti owosa oye more focused na prioritize cases ogidi se sa cases we de emu odupa na me evidence kese pa me de ko ana de aye prosecute me di akira ebetumi aboa me yetumi awini na emom ne nsa ekuta cases bebree a menyi ne se ebetumi aboa no yie dia to so mi no nso no mesrasa OSP awasa otumi fight pass sa governing board ebetumi aboa no ama we betumi aye na adwuma yie no awasa fight na animanim ya no ye create sa governing board no edema no sebio woni nipa bebree odom ye adwuma na emom sa wo wabre wa na wakokra bi wachire adwuma no edu ba bi na foforo so obetumi akwa osiki omo adwenkyira na omo afutu obetumi atufu na obetumi aye adwuma no yie
okay
dia to so mi ensa no so no mese OSP say megidi say frequent media banter enom na say obeba media so ukọ Facebook so ana obekọ Twitter obekọ ebi na oni ordinary persons yin sensema no ana say ebinom accuse say wanye say ni nyina nso pese oyi ano eno nya de bebu ano kra embu ano
okay
because eno no reduce the dignity and then the pedigree of the office
okay
and then no at the end of the day was said at the otwe ne ho kakra free sa frequent media social media banter no mani ade no enya de bebu na o focus more on adwuma na ye de ama no nyasa na at the end of the day who prosecutions bebree na mom ade kyene ade san nyina no wo social media wo yin sansama no oni ebi disagree oni bi have sebio ntawantawa bia at the end of the day ensada emboawa menyini se beboa na adwuma no intisa ne ma miense na mesre na Africa to ono misre o mampani ene minister of finance o mampani mfa ne nan ensi form na ye nipa bia na nipa ko bia e wose OSP no e form wa adwuma no mu na form tumi ye o mu adwuma no ejie no so mampani di ne nan esi form na ye fa sa nipa ko no na OSP no tumi ye na adwuma yie na megidi pa se ye momo emre kakra mfie ba mbienu mfie ba miensa de anima ye behu OSP no sania na adwumadi ese na efata pa
well, say dog, Radin Shaw, me permanently be sending Kobo bi say pa.
Yo, me da say tifonye da.
Ye Dr. Daniel Apia and Edin Komono or ye governance, politics and public sector reform expert at University of Ghana and ye no Edi and Komonefa. Ye OSP in Shisha Koswo. Now the president has spoken. President says that I don't think and I think it is premature to call for the closure of the OSP, of the special prosecutor, and that whole and so clearly, majority leader NFA so on chief whip. Sisia no mampenya ka say mobile withdraw mo private your friend is say bill no members bill na model call no mo be yi efi ho and also say mo be tia so still some person mo call senior papa ka say mo papa na akasa would you want to continue and as mo beja ho no me be di nyina ho enkomo biom when ebusian 14 as e be di sa nyama nyina ho enkomo Godwin Mahama Ayaba ebetena so a corporate affairs officer to and after so a government spokesperson betena as and after so Kwaku Edubuahe member of the MPP and Ken campaign team so betena said then Jeffrey Okansi Kabute revenue mobilization Africa also betena se na fe yedi nkomo ne ahwe de ko ene de ebe nyina record na asan ko di nkomo biom. Now the president has repealed finally the COVID-19 make COVID-19 health recovery levy no will repeal or the wa sent sani ekano or the signature to so into wa sent to it enkwan kwesi say January there na she say COVID-19 levy na de bia yetua 1% no ye yi efi ho no mo kra so from January 2026 in it is going to be off your books and then so I mean this same COVID I think it started somewhere around 31st of March 2021 so the act that gave birth to the COVID-19 health recovery levy which is Act 1068 sisi adie ya repeal enya de ebeye dwuma biom coming from January into January 2026 emba so ebiom and also no ye efi hono mo ache sisi adie enya de ebebe biom. But we're going to watch and after so ye be hear president regarding the 1% COVID-19 levy or the or any the okan nyina no if the tape is ready now for ye no 192.9 enti na for your Kessben TV no so no Omampenyi and the COVID-19 levy no the Koye.
This is the COVID Health Recovery Levy Repeal Act 2025, and it's my honor and privilege to sign to repeal the COVID levy. Promise made, promise delivered. And today is the 10th of December, 2025. Signed. Purported to provide free water, free electricity, free food, and a lot of things. And to the shock of most Ghanaians after the pandemic was over and after the elections were over, government slapped Ghanaians with a 1% value-added tax, ostensibly to recover what it's supposed to have spent on the COVID pandemic. Ghana continued to remain one of the only countries where we're being taxed for a pandemic that had passed. And so during the election, we promised that when the NDC comes to power, the COVID levy is one of those who repeal. A lot of Ghanaians have disliked this tax, and today I'm pleased that on the 10th of December 2025, I've signed the repeal act to remove the 1% COVID levy. And I will present it to the Clerk of Parliament.
And so the Clerk of Parliament and waje the repeal and afi YSCR and then clearly the air. So another campaign promise or campaign pledge has been fulfilled to abolish the COVID-19 health recovery levy abolish it. And indeed the president described it as a burdensome unjustified tax on Ghanaians when or a campaign. No, I can't remember. These are the words, or these were the words of the president. And indeed, with Jinaso, I hear say any dear fata when it comes to the campaign promise to Ghanaians. And into no, and I won't say Sian. So now, January 2026, Yamea dominating Kwamudia. The friend of COVID-19, 1% that's one. Health recovery levy no. Ye by 31st of March 2021 no. Ye de Act 1068 de by no. Sisiano January kono yenina 1% no. Ulala yentua. Dia ye de no no. Obi enu ho betumi tua COVID nibium 1% no nya de betumi tua bium. Meba the ba be din komo bi because the other specific issues bi on ma we need to clear efa the pandai rerun no ho won say electoral commission for the ababeto so and this issue of Ghanaians deporting 3 Israelis on some alleged ill treatment course or where Tel Aviv airport no and no see be na ye di hu komo ya I think I really will want to touch on that one and then leave Pandine for discussions and all that because clearly a serious foreign discussion that we need to have our relationship with Israel and our face so your friend is say Ghana and how we retaliated if it is good or it is what we deserve to have the ebedi home come there's a guest take and check your bebros is but answer na mamenko na imboost encoding common na fe imboost immune system na ye babaka na fe ye de zika stake na twaso na fe ye ne Al Wahab eso edin komo afa the Israel issues then we'll have the discussions starting into wahaya timenko baby our text messages me se me hu ni na Kofi capital go so me hu de Meshach and I feel so my friend Masawood me hu de and then another friend Comensa Pillar 2 teacher constitution me hu de ni nyina wa ha no meba na ye ne imboost di nkomo wi ama beken kan mo messages ni nyina na fe ya to adwumade ne so
Medafo me de wadru sharp herbs biaya ye imboost herbal mixture police ni na dro no ename ne wo behwe senti etwa sa wo de imboost herbal mixture wadru enne pa wadru ni mu ene niema papa se obinum imboost herbal mixture onya medafo se ka imboost herbal mixture se de wate dada no police ni no adru no edro police ni o ye memu heya na nyame nam ne so a ode edro ya bedwa so wodwa so dada ada a chese yeguso a ye nom a eboa ye ma ye ni aduano kwamo no enya ahoden na ene ye hwe ne pa ewo imboost herbal mixture mu police ni na draw imboost herbal mixture waye no odi no bna hama enua hini ena odi aye na ahwe adro se de brand ni sitie na unique kra danso na nya brand ne keke content na ewo mu no eno so ye different eyi ne ho apue na eyi ne ho asinchen aka adro kaye bia aka ho eno nti se upia bonten na se wo herbal shop license chemical shop pharmacy bia mu na okope ebibidro mapa ebetimi aboa mu atimi ako edi unyare wanyina so nkunimu a menhwe dro bia se imboost herbal mixture police ni no edro no sei enetie me pa cha won saka bia kapoketo abi hye so ubie so na wo hyekini wi akapoketo na hye so no obenum 2 anopa ansa na wadidi awianso wadidi awie obenum 2 enwumre a wokọ akoda no wanum 2 edro yura wo nipadua mu a eba beboa nkwam a ewo nipadua no mekire immune system no na enya ahoden mapa na atimi aboa wo nipadua no na dwuma so a nyankopon nyansa ne nipayo mu obo nkwam de mani padua ne se enima no sa adwuma so no enkwamwa na atimi adi amani padua no edroi ye de nubrane hahama na aye na nubrane hahama ne natural spices ide aye no ekura properties bebree ekura phytochemical compounds bebree a eboa ni padua no apomden ma ne timi ekonanim properties ameka ho asemu ebi ne saponis ebi ye tannis afensu ebi ye flavonoids ebi ye carotenoids ena alkaloids ne de keka ho bebre a mentumi ye brani timi fa ne nyina entudwa na nam se ebrani sa na dodo akonya ba akofo ntena so nchenti ena me no be ka mienu ho asem ye fa saponisa saponis eye property a ewo imbustable mixture mu a obi a wodi police ni na dro imbustable mixture ne beye na edro no saponis na ewo mu nti fat entimi enya nika ewo ni paduanim me kire srade eno nti se wutie me ne na se woni paduanim ayedu emroso wankasa wonante a obre wonante a ase wo te so utumu se ni paduane emu ayedu waye kese emroso a imbustable mixture na ya kanfo di amawo sa saponis na ewo mu no sa woto imbust no na wo shekina won se bibi ba ni bubbles bi ba ni mu se ehoro bi saa no aha eno ena ekọ wo shifat ni nyina efri ni paduanim edi amawo eno ewia na wieye afe ekohwe aboa na wo sugar a ekọ ni paduanim enuane a ye di starchy foods a ye di and end product eye sugar anase glucose no ekoboa anormalize sugar level no edi amawo me kire se esikyira aboroso wo ni paduanim no ebetena kofom kra wa di aboroso na wa di aboroso so a control no asiesie no di ama se de be ya emoroso nkofa ohaw ana oye na bi enfamreo afe ewia hwe se cholesterol aboroso wo ni paduamu aya SS no ebete so di ama medofo enye no nkwana nso ye brain ti ye nko tannis enso so yi tannis so ye property bi a ewo ni ewo imbust mu a se wura ni paduani mu a ekoye osi akwan ama bacteria virus germs infections a omu wura ni ye ni paduamu a omu kwasesa yare ahodo de brain no eno na tannis na ewo imbustable mixture mu no ekohwe na aye osi akwan aseti barriers amawo se de be ya wo pia bonten na se wo do nsa so ne ma bi mu ana wudi nuane bi na se kwa kofa ohaw bi ana wo ye ne bi e de abrewa tannis na ewo imbust mu no ebe ya osi akwan amasa ne o mani nyina afa tannis ninti wonum imbustable mixture ye police ni na duro no oni akomayade eni twaka kra chese akomayade entumi emben wo heart attack bia entumi emben wo eboa siesie akoma no mani tumi ye atwuma ye afen so ehwe ema moje wo ni paduani mu no etimi di afusane ye ebi ana wutie me na kakra bia wo na etitiriti onsa etitiriti moja ni ntumi di afusane ye amo akoma bo periperi ama pressure no kra ekosoro dodo ana ati abafom sese hypertension no abasa ne wo betena enu ti doctor mo waduro se no moduro no nefa control no me pacho imbustable mixture wo betimi anoma ka ho ebesiesie wo ni padua no na control ne di ama wo nipa bebre na anom imbustable mixture no pressure no ewo soro pa nanso nei odi adanse se eduro no aboa no afen so ebia na wutie me na cancer kra na etete wo me carotenoid eho asem eno so boa wo na ewo cancer eno ti se wo nom imbustable mixture hunu se sa carotenoid na ewo mu nti no ma cancer emba wo ni paduanim enye no nko me dafo a wutie me se ye fa imbust ho bonus sa na se mfa so dia yenya ewo ni paduanim a edoso obi ohon mo se me didi wi na me bo ehyehye me ana se aduane to me yema me ntumi kra imbustable mixture ne besiesie di ama wo imbust ne de enka wo se abusua bia enya bisi ne fie bra yare achi mpofiri mu so na wo be ko hospital ana yare achi hu kani ana se wo dofo bi na wo pese wo de no ko hospital no wo de wo imbust ne bia fa na bie so ne di kan ma ne binom ansakra na modru hospital ho se imbust serve as first aid e de ama wo abusua na de biara da otumu se yare ene moto nkwanta amapai yare nta memu imbustable mixture boy general body pains free ni paduamu me kire police ni na do no an obi mu bisa se adai edro no eye painkiller na wonnom a eyi yawo nyina se ye adwumaden na woye se ye fom dwuma e na woye se woye mesini woye driver ni woye gya ho adwuma woye oba wo market kodi dwa wo honom obeba na honam nyina ya wo ya edro imbustable mixture na ebeboa wo na menua ba eboa wayi yawo no na menstrual pains ene menstrual disorders so wo di ni sunkunim eno nti wo baby or menstrual pains or menstrual disorders a ye kanfo police ni na dro imbustable mixture no ene dia ma no afen so ebeboa asiesie wo maaye mu no se bia infection bi ehinta wo baby candidiasis me kire odepua ehinta wo baby a ebesiesie nu anase nsuo biara enya anika nanso eba efri wo nipadua ni mu ba ekofo how edebre wo no imbust ne beboa ɛyi ni nyina free ho be ma wo hwe me imbustable Mr. Ebeboa ama mensem so akonanim a wo haw bia eni akire sa wo to imbustable Mr. se wo no mo amedofo ɛyɛ du papa Ebeboa wo na haw bia nim sanse yan kasa na edua ye nu bena no wo ko ti regional hahama ne nu bena no ya gye asase yan tam wo ho eni afa akuafo aguso ye ne o makasa se mama fa chemical bia nka asase no ne mpa akopɛ se eduro no enu nti ye ndro beba ye de befa mfidie mu a ye behwehwe mu no na kyese bibia eye kroje na eduro ne be agya so enam se ye papa nti adansie bebre na ewo ho
eduro ne ye papa asa me ko pedwe me 20 nya me mensi enye yi
sa
me body ne enye yi
okay
na me ko eduro no me kunu so ma me de bia me no me sorry me put to dream the new system so I come on me menses so I come on
ban so me net no bo so so na menses na say ba no ma be even 5 days no na be 3 days pe na atwa be ma nye do mbi ko na no so kra no mbi no e ma kwa na we ba be 5 days no mind me say do mum de no kra ni e de nyame asase nyankopon ayadom na edu ba tan say be pe kro man we mu na e boa fofofo na ye nya mu anwodi nya accident e koda Trafalgar almost 3 months me na ibubuye e ma da de shimu enti na pensa na wo ho a meti no police ni aduru no moto bre me amenom ye no first one no de na menti pensa no biem nti second one at times going no amenom police ni aduru na wo me nan no na ma wo se me nan na fe de me hu sa kira bi online no nso ta nan mu ye omo me pressure we nso ta nan mu enti me no police ni aduru na fe ma wo se nan no asase ye de etwe nti aduru no de eye me manum bi ana se oba bi ya honam ya hono de me de no na esa me yare ma me edi se ka ye camera kwa metime yi ba bi amenya accident no e de a kire tiefo no mo so ahwe no mo de aduru no adanse a kire mansan
adanse atwa agu nyina eye imbustable Mr. Police ni na dro ho adanse enko no wote ho ye dai tutumri kasesi a na ru herbal shop license chemical shop na kope imbustable Mr. na nom na wonom a afe apomudin abusuakuo imbust no wa beka ho wo beka apomudin abusuakuo no ho a de biara da utimu se unipadua no enya apomudin mapa oni yade tonkwanta mapai ye numbers na gu screen so no frey asem bi a kire wadwen no brane ne ye meka ho asem ana se frey na bisa ye kope imbust tonom na beboa wo atufo beko herbal shops akese a etwa Ghana Heshia enkran okanshi drug lane ebi ewo honom Kumasi ene central region Koforidua eastern region munyina northern region bebia imbust no yato apeti enti kope bitonom ebeboa wo pa imbustable Mr. de eye apomde mapa ena apomde mapa so eye imbustable Mr. enam se police ni na ye enti obetumi akase opo sini na dro no meda wase se wo hwe me.
Get us say 30 minutes into 8 o'clock. Studios of Kessben 92.9 and so Kessben TV. So I'm a Samsung for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Tena say panel members in ready. But I'm saying no main call the guest take brought to you by dog activated charcoal. Now for ye the guest taker. Now the panel discussions and also atwaso amamo. So Ziga be about there.
Yeah, be able boss.
The radiase.
Yes,
yes, you are pa.
The radiase. Yes, we can say killers in our betrasino. The movers and shakers of this country will be a channel phone. So your Bob Pay SMBC. Gordon Mahama, dear Divine, dear Makwaba, head of Kessben. Hey, boss.
Yes, sir.
COVID levy.
Yes, COVID levy.
Yeah, scrap it.
Yes.
President Mahama promises about best scrap COVID levy.
No correct.
Yeah, bimo ne kase COVID levy. Emfaso ni so. Time at 2022, the World Health Organization director declares COVID is over. Or declares COVID is over. Or Twitter, Facebook we say COVID is over. No. Now, if you say that time no nesenka, you jai COVID level. Maybe I can't say the COVID level. But later the explanation that came that say, because of say, you be declare say COVID is over. No, and many we are say scrap yard. As I see a mayor what time kakra. That is 1 and 2. Young shall no more back you do be answer in your time near there. You see, politics. It is some way. senka President Mahama ye politics e wa di uma ka be me de. So ye politics. If I say politics, if he did a Ghanaian politics, and ka be me de. Ghanaian politics in the sense because say Tamana 2008 prior to 2008 elections, one of the taxes a buyer a could to show power this country was a communication service tax. When the former Minister of Security, Mr. Francis Poku, introduced youth employment, and President Kofo needed money to pay the youth employment people, they went to Barredu and said that okay, let's introduce a communication service tax. So obi kasa of phones wa yentene sa tax no ye fan ko pay youth employment for ka. When they were introducing that, then DC walked out of Parliament. It is clear and established as a fact. They walked out of Parliament. We thought say they wouldn't continue or cancelled the communication service tax, which they dub it as a talk tax. But when they came to power, they continued the communication service tax. Nothing wrong with it. If you uba belmune say, uba behunu say, adie we say me no it's an eboya bibia isi bibia kwan. People said it say you said uba be cancel a communication service tax, which you dubbed the talk tax. And then I will continue. But it did not cost NDC in 2012 election. Yet they won the 2012 elections. There could be Preko demonstration. Tamale Kumasene tak ayi. Your friend say Accra. Nipa ewuye nipa eye kumi Preko demonstration. Usha adie baako ne die himbo kumi Preko demonstration. Demonstration was the value added tax introduced by President Mahama as a vice president at that time. Yes, TB da eye Kojo ha be kuma. But when NPP came to power, they continued and even increased the percentage of value added tax. It did not send them to opposition. They won the 2012 elections. Sir, taxes, yes, scrappy. Yes, fine. President Mahama said it during his campaign. Semeba may cancel those taxes. But senka ye shemu biem and bia ye culture in the different land kamena kamepe because we need money. Honestly speaking, we need money. Now that the USA did not emma a number ba kumienu abana introduce an ambitious project or person. So sika kakre benyan ni kwase ki divide. For example, when we take betting tax, for example, betting tax ye na complain say betting tax. But you see, you scrap a betting tax whereby Ghana Revenue Authority was telling us how much the betting tax was fetching this country. Billions of cedis. Today, you scrap a betting tax. Then the sports minister, in the person of Owura Kofi Adams, sat somewhere say, when I study the betting tax, I think say can I and kabepe because I can bet to be the developer sports in this country. Today, Yaba Betty Sports Fund. You get me? And they say level kitty bin yebe increase no. Near Sadia Koka, Yadiako a sports fund. Dabane Bayama. But if we are channeled the betting tax and kwase, ye developer sports, and can bet me a bois. And no maybe you hold one. Yenye Ghana politics, yemen to yam kakra wouldn't cost that anything. I'm telling you. President Kofo said that look, may you sue less than 80 system ministers when he criticized President Mahama. President Rollins was using 60 ministers, over 60 ministers, little over 60. Or criticizing here Ghana, and Mekaba Ghana, and Kofu di Ghana Sika. But I know you sue 80 ministers. Castle meeting the press and Opa Ghana for the natural say no nim say sanity. It did not cost him anything. 2020 from winning elections. All what Ghanaians looking for the say mekwa yaresa menya yare ayaresa. Se mekwa health insurance ni beye adwuma. Me rose a woman patamu beye adwuma. Me tua me tax abehu say I have value tax no value for money. I'm telling you, this COVID thing here can was it. Seka, you redefine no, and yes, said Dino, Maakye, quote, ye found Ghana, a medical trust fund.
Okay.
I can't Franco, COVID tax, a fetch 3.97 billion 2025. Even 2025, when it was discouraged. Last year, a fetch 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. Look at this man. Sir, 2 taxes per fetch 22 billion in revenue according to Ghana Revenue Authority.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
All these things, I think, say, a rumor honoma, though, in as much as say, yaka, say, that's fine, yeah, politics. Ya ban ye be hunu no ma, and can check a crime, deadly diseases. People can't go for checkup because of sika obetia. All these things, COVID levy, and kibeti me a redefine ye COVID levy the fuel. Near the bibi crowd ya tuso, Mahama Fandi, income, deadly diseases in confronting ko. Your friend say, what can I say? Kidney for ye, dialysis, kid sad no money now, kibeti me just solve all this problem.
Right. Diga, may I say now, Boshaba a misty gosu zongo or say. No matter how the eagle flies, it will surely come down. So the NDC party shouldn't have it in mind that they are going to be in government forever. My regards to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, NPP flag bearer hopeful, Honorable Mavis Howard Combs, and NPP National Women Organizer hopeful, and then Kojo Preko Dankwah. Now this one is from Capital Gosu mentioned. In fact, this current administration of the NDC is too bad. They shouldn't think of 2028 elections. Ghanaians already decided to vote them out because the gas failed and disappointed them. Okay. Honestly, they by now Meshach. That's a long one, but also the micro minority MPs has been trying so hard to bring Parliament into disrepute and cause mayhem in Parliament. Sorry. But they have been shamefully ignored by majority side. I also heard another umbrella crying. Okay. It's a long one, crying and screaming bitterly that the minority will not cooperate with the government. Okay, more and more and more. No need my main Masawudi and I started discussions, and so Masawudi in Kumasi Bantama will say the rebuilding and strengthening the MPP party starts with high level of discipline, teamwork, and then deep commitment to our shared values. Let's stay focused and united. United victory 2028 is possible. When I wake up in the morning and realize that NDC is in power, then I feel very, very sad for Mother Ghana. Regards to Honorable Sampine, National First Vice Chairman, hopeful on Sunday or the Ebayan. Now discussions in our face. So Ziga Stick was brought to you by Doc Activated Charcoal Powder. Now, Doc Activated Charcoal Powder, some men can say, wow, indigestion, bloating, gas, and I feel so we ulcer, stomach ulcer, and I feel so very discomfortable. We power, and I patrol no Doc Activated Charcoal Powder, never boy yepa. Doc Activated Charcoal Powder, powder strong kwa, bois, ma acids, and I feel so bacteria, fungus, and I feel so toxins, gas. Doc Activated Charcoal Powder ebetimi aboa a flashing out come on my be to me akoye ulcer pain heartburn and I face stomach upset and I face normal food poisoning you could be answer dan koye nyina no ye nom Doc Activated Charcoal Powder nibia ebeboa pa I face skin rash itching I face indigestion nyina no nom Doc Activated Charcoal Powder na ebetimi aboa ye pa my be to me akoye 100% natural na face safe for both adults and I feel so young quaranyina the here so make say won sum no one na nopa ene enwumre o pedudo to pa dia be ba cho yenko adia pharmacy Kumasi Love Life Kumasi Pure Life Kumasi Colina Kumasi nana bwachi tema men's attack right now physical Jubinet wo Jubinet Pharmacy was Sunyane Delight Pharmacy Kofrodi na physical Wedama Pharmacy Ashaman and all pharmacies where you can she drug lane na won sa ebe can be wo honom 0598 206-885 and after 020-661-6620 020-661-6620 Doc Activated Charcoal Powder ekoye pa me ba be chance na fe ye dey discussions no ahyehyɛ so and Which I mean kind we na fe yentena si ye yen nkunya na che mo yen yente bia Kojo obeba ne say na okay ono be ko ne say na fe watena na ya share asie ye e wo honom. Now good morning, my name is Inti Jakari. Please question Malik Basantali, why is he failing to pay youth employment workers arrears? Okay, I didn't know they were arrears, but if they are arrears, yebe na ya boa ma bibie to me akọ yempe for me chamu nyina. Good morning, bibia boko there.
Yes,
Yeah, the radio say me champion for there na Godwin Ayaba corporate affairs officer e woto na face so government spokesperson and face so Ora Kweku Edubuahin, member of the MPP and face so Ken campaign team, and then Jeffrey Okansi Kabute of the Revenue Mobilization Africa. O matena see the discussions in na ba be so o text message in and patch Fabra Facebook dey na making kind and then your WhatsApp messages na making kind na ama Kweku mamada won share na yendi nkomo. Let's look at today. We're going to look at maybe 2 or 3 if time permit. We look at the Israel issue that has to do with the retaliation that we're giving as a country, and then we're looking at Pandai 30 days. Now EC says that listen, Yanko minority says that the letter should be withdrawn, and then again President Mahama on OSP, and then a little bit on the COVID-19. But yes, Shasia with President Mahama on the OSP. Now he says that we should give them a little time. He doesn't think, sir, as I say, your momo echo. Maminto.
Me da say, anopay so mechia watifo na machia dollar awo kwautafo.
Kessben 92.9.
Machia amasaman for me constituency amasaman for. And so na mamu who say on the 16th no. Of December, Honorable Kennedy Japan, Ebewa Amasaman, Obey Greater Accra from Friday, Obeba Greater Accra, na wabon to Accra within some about 24 constituencies. No, I call Ashanti region near Siaba back into Greater Accra. Or there are some pardon and na Kasua ayo butu.
Okay.
Me who be sada. Me who me da say delegates aye go akohia omo Kasua no na I say the euphoria na ewo ho ne edom atwi eba no kra na che say enu achi esi wo efutu winiba na I thought say I say then na me hu but no eduru Kasua na me hu say sa agro na sesakra Ken Ohine Japan will be the new leader for the New Patriotic Party.
All right.
Come 31st January. And Yemra Asamoah Ada Eponosho.
Yeah, sure.
OSP Honsensem. Last week, Kojo Kaya, that was my take. Say media like a man I feel say anka omoma office no enta ho na onipa no a oda no no ena onnim number bo a onhu number bo a omu ensesa no na omoma office no enka fi se eneyi ena yehu so mfaso a echina no yebehu so mfaso ama o my Ghana fi se bibia ye bia na ye hwe what it holds in terms of posterity. Say, would it be fair to us? Say, nee, a sorry, ni akase. OSP office near the no. You're scrapping it off. And no, President Gina Sui, I know come once me. Say, office no. Nimdie Timpo, they set it up no. It's good. It will help Ghana. Fize, Attorney General, Minister of Justice. One me an party move. Na say yes Sunday OSP function no question na say. And na last week me na make kan ho asem say nipa ni bebri wo ho a oba yi na nka omu gina ensem dibia ya toto ma no. Was you he's not interested in those cases. But I idea ye OSP no na yes investigation no a. Anka menyi ni say bia OSP be ka say where you OSP office no. Yes, setting it up say fight corruption 1 2 ensure politically exposed individuals and people in the public space, public offices no say obi hu bibi akochima e wona dwumadie hu a OSP no investigate ni enhwe ba bia ye de saa nipa ne begina na se si ya no se NDC ne wo so media maka se si ya no menye madwen se me criticize you for the next 2 years we say ye man 4-year mandate 4-year mandate no ye hwe se obehye ne no mayi na oman Ghana afa no ntoma pefra. We looking forward to the coming beauty of a Ghana where things are working, a Ghana and normal institutions function well without any political interference and encumbrances here and there. We are looking forward to a time Ghana ebejina sa pedestrian na say ye democracy no aba ne kwan so yi. Me, I'm of the view. So be taking up a political office. Whoever you may be, maka mesensi so. Say a drew say yes bu office now what na ye no ho nkonta. Me kwaku bwan me nkogina bebe nkwaka freeway me no obi any free bibia. Free say the very moment now taking up that appointment you know. Now waja to mu say a drew say ye fra wo say be bu hu nkonta so a. So timi bu hu akonta. You can have to account for your stewardship as a Ghanaian for taking up a ministerial appointment or whatever appointment you took. And say OSP no ewo ho na adwuma ne say obe anti-corruption agency obe fight some of these things here ekosona. I don't think so we should be in haste to scrap it off. Ule doc ekasa lecturer ekasa
Dr. Daniel
ubo assembly so ehona na atwetwemaso but am say ntremu no de ba no so no e ma meti ase kakra we say I was questioning how come say enra omampanyin John Dramani Mahama aka say he thinks we shouldn't be in haste is it premature say on scrapping the office off and calling on the OSP say investigations or expediting the actions, which I think is a brilliant call. Now, on the other hand, so a majority leader, Mia Roxanne the so I got file a private members bill, saying scrap the office off. Now, it's a mason kakra, but Doc Casano can see to say, Omo file and son of president, a ma sawi ni say, and Jina say, so more file on radio, they should stand down on it.
Okay.
Now, a yemma office no enyina se onipa no wo ho no e no mo number
that's fine.
It is fair say yensesa no ne yemfu people from metna na mum office ne de for posterity sake mo ma nya office no na ebeboa yo baby so my
all right welcome me da se bebre memra aye Jeffrey so ansama ba aye minia Godwin so Jeffrey OSP matters
mamintia wetie for nyina. I hope, sir, you are doing one thing for me. I hope you are cataloging some of the discussions we are having here.
Sure.
Because those discussions are bringing out some answers. Over budget discussions, most of the things we discussed there, it was a short we took at as if we saw what was going to be read. And I think that's what progress between CSO and media, that's what we'll target and then we'll be achieving as we move on. OSP idea so I say exactly. And we made some recommendations. So tag those ones too down. COVID, we said some things. And let me tell you a shootout of something we did here. We did something about lithium. So okay,
yes.
Me see yenye mu de yenye mu mame. Nti anopa we me da wase no wetie you know. And a platform we are so in Shirabi Waha. I have seen some results. Please tag them down. I have begged them that posterity will live to judge you here and myself. As we say it, we should follow it. And you see, words, the whole world we live in was created with words by God. And when it's right and you don't say or applaud it, it becomes difficult to criticize when it goes wrong. Inti mebo omampenya aba so say wetime tie minim say nkofo bi so kae na ebi mu kire say mo ye new formula bi and ebi be 10%. So tie dem kae no ye nye mu nto ho. Yes. It should be Ghana led. FDI, and we should change from foreign direct investment to LDI, local direct investment. So that we should also be seen, say at least 1 million will be a PMO Ghana there. Yankwa efie, yenchendi, yenye efie for ntutu, ne efie for yenye huejuma. At least add 70% value before we move on. Sure. OSPD, the Mamin Bonitel. Yes. My candidate that said, everything you put in place, there should be a board. I prefer to say outcomes. The delivery. He's been very gentle. But I won't go with him. He's a fellow custodian like me. We'll crack the whip where we have to crack the whip. Where we have to be crazy, be right, we'll be crazy, be right. Or OSP. Yabeko table so. Ejuma ni amano. Offer. Ejumano. Go and look at the budget we have been giving to OSP. And so what are the outcomes? Do you have any case we have won? You are telling me that in the whole of Ghana, case bi eni ho a ye be twa obi aso nako akoji ye sika na ye de twiri mu. I have not seen any results. That is my personal view in all humility. Look, I was interviewed before he took office. When they interviewed me, my brother, I was one of the people who stuck my neck out for two young people. Now for the age, crowd experience, OSP way, and Attorney General. Damn GBC, I mean big FM says I was for them, but I will tell you with no regrets. Say the outcome, the output, I have not seen any. We say be a metagi say obeshe ne juma say no we poten yenye firimu. And the worst side of it is some places where he went on a personal vendetta. Look, you were able to pick Martin Pebu, but you could not come out to blow alarm. Say Obiko. You see, it's a situation where there are small fishes and big fishes. When you are going to catch a big fish, you want to use a big net. And then you use small net to catch a small fish. Is that what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to use small net when you are going for the big fishes. Not more on your baby in PFM. You sat there and watch. In fact, you even reduce yourself to a whistleblower. Don't even catch. Come and tell us. So on into your call. You didn't tell us. And then he left. So that is what I'm saying. Say, Mimi Hun output. I called on this platform. I'll repeat it again. Let's merge the OSP office with the Yoko and Shraj. If you watch their functions, they overlap. VAT service with IRS, any customer service and preventive services. See the VR. The same thing. If I were the OSP, I mean, if Jeffrey Capital Kansi was the OSP, I would have stepped down. Sometimes you don't have to wait to UTM. ATB Penti, me say, I believe I chum, Yama, Obiano Yaga or Benjuma, the Casonco in the Juma, we went to me and yet. Obeka, or my paying catcher IGP say, show working. And Chebia and comfort at say, only form, and I man see form. Me who say, Yasaka say, show working, I catch the papa you. Or say, let's go to the table and see the cases our filing in any outcome. Can see from. My main fact, quick one for COVID-19. It was a nuisance tax. It has outlived its purposes. Over here, tax, Jumana, no buy so by your potino, or yes, Jumano, Emo collect it do ho. Now, only BB, one thing I young can file COVID-19 where I name your partner said it came in second by boy and I came here as an young. And so, as an a bimu. In Juba Potokasema, it was a regressive tax. We at that time I COVID Yaman insuring electricity. On what you were consuming. Yes. And Tinasa who carry 3,000. Near say 5% across board. Now when you're chairman. Meanwhile, the thing was supposed to be more pro-poor than just a tax I had more bia. And it said Obi akuda me phone now mu use electricity bill 6,000, 10,000. Omunya chairman. Into Obi see me. You go actually, you know, and to the tax at the time, even at this time, you repeal, you see, it starting 26. There's a budget it was one tax that actually outlived its timelines. And collecting more for the country is good. Okay. But it was a regressive tax.
Okay. But I say, Gordon, Maminti Onafi, Yamra back in the other matters won't come on.
Kojo?
Yes, sir.
Maminti, Maminti, I'm a co-panelist. Kojo, it is true. So the Aminia, I can't, know. In some be high, you do come on. We've had results of them.
Sure.
On lithium issue, Obekaya me catcher say the committee chair, which is this man at Bono. What's the name? Collins Dauda.
Yeah, Collins.
Granted press on it. Eka say, Wakachre minister say they won't go ahead with the bill until we really look at bill now actually and say this is the percentage say you go for. The minister no he didn't air. Minister no echo according to the law. But the NDC government had to tell our own minister say, you have a second look at it because Ghana deserves more than the war law nin. You got a point. But people were creating an impression. I said, now you're deliberate to shortchange Ghanaians on this deal. But that wasn't the case. Lo and behold, NDC are buying, and you're listening, are buying. We are not here to lord over the Ghanaians, but we are here to lead with the people along. Until you two and now you collected data and we realize that there is the need to step down that decision. We do so because you are not here to lord, you are here to govern. You get the point? Until no matter Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, I say, so we're taking that bold decision, even though the draft was set and done. But upon second thought, you will say, I say have a second look at it. On the COVID issue, and so let me make you comment. I said I'm call OSP. I was listening to Zigas, and to be frank, Zigas near the first person I met it. So I said it ought not to have been scrapped. But we are buying. You deal with what the masses want, and yet they are the individual want. And so far, from the day I almost started to almost enacted the bill till Endra finally or assented to the bill, no, there is no indication that the masses are against the scrap, but rather the masses are for the scrap. Ghana, you cannot compare 10-20 years governance to today. Because Zigas was setting some examples of telecommunication tax and other things. A buying because or mobile. Those times, what was the technological advancement then and now? Ghanaians today are descending than 20 years ago. Until as politicians, you continue anchor A in opposition. And when you are voted for, you come and do B. So that cannot be a basis. We have that comparison, EMFA. John Dramani Mahama NDC government, we promise and we deliver. And we promise to scrap COVID-19 tax. Then I did COVID-19 by Yare Kodie Wo Abeto Wiasi Ninaso. Was that the time to further burden the people? No. No. And Ghana is one of the few countries who go to that length of burdening their citizens in the name of tax. That is unacceptable. And nothing now back here say MPP are buying catcher or say COVID by or ma unsuo any nyinam kania. It was a 419 because after the unsuo any nyinam kania no and no more the COVID levy here day a buy to recover what they had given you and I. So what is MPP ni biya kase COVID buy what chensuo free and nyinam kania free. It is not true. Because at the end, the Minister for Information then, Kojo Preko is on air, is on record saying, Ghana needs to recover those monies back. And that is why they tax less. And then I mean chadie aban papa aba na yadwene Ghana fo ho na yadwene de oni bie ho no ye share boss ye ba be COVID-19 efim no endra mampedin de nsa ehye nkrata ase sign the bill repealing the COVID-19 tax into from January ade bia obeto ananka obetua COVID-19 levy 1% no John Mahama ban said tinton time yetwem. This will alleviate Ghanaians from the pressure. I womb because I will to adie na di bia beto 1% from January unto other 1% in the biom. So that money goes back to your pocket. You get the point. On COVID OSP. Me bana metie Dr. David Appiah. David Appiah. Oh, eh?
So what COVID so? And Jeffrey Ball lithium so now or they fall lithium.
So we na defend
within his 10 minutes.
We na defend COVID-19. Na ye na politically damning to their image, you know. You some person make am wasem. You see? You see, na me tell Dr. Appiah.
Yes, on the OSP.
On the OSP. Mama Obia and create an impression say the move by the majority leader is personal. Because I overheard him saying and giving plethora of court cases against Mahama Yarega. For that matter, that is why I all take that move. No. We are in a democratic country where Obia share a new opinion. And when President John Dramani Mahama Ekasa on OSP, I quote, or say, I think, or see, or no President Susu say, and what's he scrapping on? That is his opinion. And I'm a majority leader and majority chief whip. In their wisdom, Unsu Susu say, let's scrap the OSP's office. And no munkwa, as at Endra. One Mr. Noah Tete, and so I file to the Supreme Court, challenging, say Parliament do not have that power to enact a law establishing the office of the OSP. Emra, the Attorney General office is in existence. To court Deputy Attorney General's Facebook page. He shared it, and let me read. Namu who say, "Enye personal interest no be wo obia one your opinion, and so long as your opinion is hinged on the Constitution, you can go ahead and exercise that." I read. Or say, I can confirm that a citizen Noah E. Tete has sued the Attorney General in the Supreme Court, suit numbered JI/3/2016. His grounds. Parliament has no power to set an office of a prosecutor which is independent and outside the control of the Attorney General. This is the suit. Onutu Susu say, "Unti mean set any such office."
The fact that somebody has sued
no,
the fact that somebody has sued doesn't make it an authority.
Have I said it's an authority?
Citing it and then
I'm trying to make,
and then talking about it, making it sound as if he's making it sound as if
all that he's trying to do is to just tell us bits and everybody who has spoken about it.
Opinion.
Like some Kojo to us also spoken about it.
This one will not work. This one will not work. And you see, the way the media landscape.
Yeah.
There are a lot.
Yes. Some Kojo to
a lot of people are on my proposal say just scrap it.
Yeah.
Meaning now it will be our opinion. You get the point. In this case, Nipani they are called the highest body in terms of our judicial system, which is the Supreme Court, for them to pronounce on it. Some who pronounce it on it, meaning who pay, it will be scrapped. You get the point? Because they are the highest judicial decision body. They are made for me, Matana Haka, and said, yeah, we come here and say the fact. And Adichadi say the fact continues to unveil itself. Me makasa eba OSP's officer. It is not about my party, it's not about my government. But me from opposition, I am one of those who disagreed with its establishment. Because I also believe that Article 88 still vests in the Attorney General the prosecutorial powers. And to an extent where even the OSP, some existence of his powers, as a sort of approval from the Attorney General, particularly in extradition and things, which he doesn't even have powers. You know? Then I still believe that. So you strengthen the Attorney General's office. Now you expand on employee numbers. Now you manage brania. That officer a year entrenched in our 1992 constitution should be able to do all the prosecutorial cases rather than going to duplicate the prosecutorial offices. So for me, John Mahama has his bit. For me, Mahama Yarega and Honorable Nelson Dashamepo have their bit. Citizens of Ghana also have their bit. Yen fight from our own opinion and bit. At the end, the Babe Gina say either we are scrapping or we are not scrapping. No. The Ghana phone in our pay Kojo
okay.
And they say ye ja OSP office ho. And I scrapping OSP office ho. Whoever is taking that office, the fight against corruption, because that's the bottom line. The fight against corruption, whether you scrap it and I Germany to war, we should see that fight to be a national fight. It should be a national fight. Because all this conversation is surrounded on the fact that we feel like officer has not been able to exercise its object upon which it was established.
Sure.
In this say scrappy few, now you the Attorney General. The episode you say at the end, that fight against corruption is indeed being fought.
Yes.
Say you ja inso to wo. Now you say personality need you being so bad. The end the Ghana for person who say that person indeed is exercising that fight against corruption.
All right. Gordon, me da asi bebre SO Herbal Hospital so me kan che say wa weni hawo owo glaucoma cataract na face weni no aye kusu se de nsu ba beto no hu ade 2233 ase kotre a we fi aye mango dua sa be bo ho no ni su tan sa wo de no ense da enkoyie sa paade a me ba cho SO Herbal Hospital ho ma ko ho na ombetimi ahwe amaw enye no nkwa no mo hwe stroke mo hwe diabetes hepatitis B mo hwe aye alcohol addiction fibroid na face so cancer of all kinds, and almost liver and kidney disorders, prostate disorders, candidiasis, sexual weakness, STD, bedwetting, HIV, and I malaria, and I feel so a fever. I could draw pad me pacho, or call a SO Herbal Hospital, or meet me a boy ye, palm be to me, ako ye amount. Omo lab services, and also no eco ye, a kama pa, and yadia babe, catch us a coy labonon, na san faka, na kobe fufro na sambra bibia, ewo honum, kama, be to me a bow. And tinefa a yet wafakwesi. Antiama ene eyo mama kenyina eko eye Amasaman Stadium Junction honom and SO Herbal Hospital ewo and into do honom also hwehwe SO Herbal Hospital obi abetro ewo Amasaman Stadium Junction honom wa from on 055 another 55 29253 055 another 55 29253 and after 050 344 9444 and also says 027 285915 SO Herbal Hospital and me no edi ho enkomo no you be call the next one which has to do with a Pandai and the issues surrounding Pandai. Now YC says that on the 30th of December bro nya new 30th of December you be call 31st night no egura first no you be call kotoaba e wo Pandai. But what is the minority saying about it? Deputy Minority Leader Honorable PJ addressed the press conference in rap our parliament. Yenfa no enshase na femimra panel discussions, and I will start with Kweku again because this is coming from Onwani Fie na onchire mu ye die ntia rerun no omo ebo enjo so na fe yenhwe de ekonyina entino yenhwe what really transpired in parliament. Deputy Minority Leader Honorable PJ having a press conference na fe yemra baxis here.
Let me address the case of James Jechi Kwesi, which is often mentioned. A clear look at what actually happened shows why rushing on Pandai is wrong. Here are the facts. Kwesi was sworn in and served as MP in January 2021. Even though a court case was already pending, Parliament allowed him to work, just as we have done in other cases. In July 2021, a High Court nullified his election, but even then, Parliament did not immediately declare his seat vacant. The real change came from the Supreme Court. In April 2022, the Supreme Court issued a direct order, an injunction commanding Kwesi to stop acting as an MP. And in May 2023, the Supreme Court gave its final judgment, ordering Parliament to remove his name. The lesson is clear. Parliament's decisive action in the Kwesi case was not based on High Court ruling alone. It was based on specific final orders from the Supreme Court. Now compare this to Pandai. Today, we have no order from the Supreme Court. We have no injunction. Instead, we have a High Court ruling that has been formally stayed and is under appeal. To use the Kwesi case to justify instant action in Pandai turns the truth upside down. Kwesi's case teaches us to wait for the Supreme Court's final word. In Pandai, we are ignoring that lesson and acting before the first appeal has even been heard. We cannot use a case that required court intervention to justify acting when the Supreme Court has.
All right, so 14 minutes into a year 9 a.m. Baku, Mameno and Shasia, one Kasa, what deputy minority leader, Honorable PJ, and addressing issues on Pandai, or Mama instance be brave. Does it make reason? I mean, you come on. The next 8 minutes are there.
Me da say, Sasem way, well, yeah, na me who sansem way, and sometimes I become too emotional on some of these issues. Near Air 2 MPP and near ACC. And rich be name Bisago and say, see to be brave now, one dimly car, a Jew every way, sing a Jew, not more than
Kessben 92.9.
More than
I need to know opera.
Wow, more than Anna, say, no crana or honor say. Pandai incense semia a buy ye, and near ACC within. Your electoral fortunes as a political party. I am here. If you say, Sa Adia air costume nay. Emerald say, yes, such a Yanonia can correct nipa. If you say, if the leadership of the party, as at that time, now you're too abano. In 2024, no, acted maturely and can women in ACC.
Oh, okay.
The immaturity of the leader, the flag bearer of the party, then is the cause of all these things that is happening to MPP today.
What is about me?
Sir, Yatua Ba, Sir, on mine Ghana on the 7th of December. About 20 big crown, ye can we, you know, at some polling stations, na ye numere. Collation centers after near quality results. Sa brand 9 a.m. on the 8th of December, no, be a sad declaration. Na ye kon to kwa Ghana. Na wa mo na ekon. Wa mo na na afa to adi asi binu mo say, man declare say you lose election, you lose election. Kessben
92.9.
The mere fact say, Ujina Simpie Suka say, what lose election? Na John Dramani Mahama ye NDC, we need power. What congratulating no. and the man been far the law into their own hands and almost vandalize some of these collation centers. And now still quality results. Sabreno say enkanye sasem because tie Kojo me police ni na se wo kɔ abatoɔ mu anopa 9 quality collation center quality results na se obegyina abɔnten because we lose election we sure say me police officer no so obi ba ababedi hudubra da se mo a me pagya tuo say hey ade na wo ba abra me opposition leader no and I say the governance of the day nankasa I declare opposition leader so we win election match me ho akopa ba bia gina na china ya me victimize me
but will that just one constituency make any meaning when the presidential candidate has seen say majority of the figures and I say areas are burning now is clear
it is clear but senkasa adeban no ye no Kojo senko nyanto boase enanka even anya no pa 9 ne be ya enwumre 5 pm po no be declare sa de na sabre nanka coalition center say ya quality figures we enka every coalition center would have been done say ebre as a political party ebi ena Godwin tia o kan so mo do agiri semo a obi ade akodan court fi say sabre no na yakọ vandalize the coalition center say pink sheets say eno ebi na to akua free ye ebi na eto Jerry Ahmed wanye stringent and lose I win abanga e win by 11 votes sa na ya quality we ni declare but Mahmoud Bawumia speech he buy out to pay and an NDC candidate MP or sign call for recount and a recount and 11 votes na banga the winning ye dane as an man NDC ni so on na winning listen say secretary ya no kan okrechi nipa say was say kan okrechi down for say down for agro sa na ina nan mo kanu sa at the bina or no it is going to cost us a lot of our sins because sa wa meye sa de no 90 ye to about Ghana 2012 I kojina court e kan ho asem ewiye na Dankwah Kufuor be congratulate court na so my ade o te so obo Mahamadin aka che say we win election 2020 John Dramani Mahama say china no ba be fra Kufuor aka che say una win election a nyame nkwa nenim enti was this na sa ade no okoye no na esomfaso ni nyansasem ai wo mu pa ne den
Kessben 92.9
as a political student say uko election say okandini a wudi party animu a enya wo presidential election nko na wo dwen ho na mum the seats you make in parliament and so ade a yese ho hia enti say wo dwen wo de no ho wie say oh me hwe ye results ni nyina no me de me lose na wono mo a aye wo seats aye say wo protect in parliament wo ja omugu nsuom atu omugu nsuom eka say omo de omo hu hia wo abato na wo koye no e na o melu na me say Godwin eti he o kan say eti ha fellow sa brena Mahmoud Bawumia ekoye sa concession statement no na obi buru obi Ghana ha na ya fatuo e de esi obi so ana
Kessben 92.9
wanyan to boase kakra unchain ama coalition centers ana omu quality figures yenwie enokoye sa de we
okay
me ya say minua Matthew Yendam go through this minua no we were all in nooks together and obia ye fa nooks mu kakra no yenimu ye ho a no matter the political party or wom
okay
enti ya say all go through sadi way enka esunim faso so be go through this
okay
but because of poor leadership. Enti ene ye fa sa oya oyimu. Fi say ya sa nkrofo ya minim baby a Godwin mu seat bebrebe o mu pe no de o mu de kwa akoye. Wo 2/3 majority in parliament. Is it not enough? So be jai the akano na yenye because 2/3 majority, yes, you have the power to do anything that you want to do in parliament without even consulting the minority.
NDC in the call.
NDC. NDC in the name of NDC in the court. Kojo. NDC.
Me who suit in the trusted the organization or the institution NDC.
Or the court no or free party be
NDC.
Election men who jina who's NDC ticket so no jina and the lawyer for omo jina court e di asem na no NDC legal team enti
former AG now odi former chief of former
Chief Justice.
And then don't compare mangoes and bananas. Why are you comparing mangoes and bananas? Why are you comparing mangoes and bananas? Mangoes, yeah, bananas.
MPP lawyer, former chief justice lawyer.
Jeff, make what Jeff for her.
Yes. MPP.
Okay.
We need to rebrand our political party. Okay. We need a new face to lead MPP. That is why Obama Kukudru for Munyamfo Canada Japan. I didn't want to see say Yantwabamano.
Okay.
No leading the political party.
All right.
No mebwa Yanchichiro my Ghana.
Okay. Just a second. Now I'm call Jeffrey. Just a second. Between these two not candidates, but between these two, the candidate Dr. Bawumia then, the one you're accusing now, and then the party in itself and its officials, the executives, knowing very well that we are monitoring some of these things, knowing well that Kwandai DNA to me po ankan we be kan watamale.
Yes.
Okay. What did the party in itself, the institution, MPP leadership did? What red flags did they raise? And why are you blaming Bawumia for that one, brother?
Koyo, I'm not blaming him. No cre, no cre. Facts are sacred. Near oye no did us a lot of bad as a political party.
All right.
Leadership ne wo ho. Menim afutu omude ma no na emum no sa de ban we de enye sesi bio. In our political history.
All right. Jeff, answer my about also no Dr. Bawumia has spoken on the Kwandai one. I want us to listen. Maybe we can add it to our discussions that we're having because his name has been mentioned consistently as a main cause of what is happening entirely with the MPP when it comes to Omo elections. You know, Dr. Bawumia, do you come for Kwandai huni?
Well, thank you very much. To say the least,
Kessben
very, very
92.9
in what is going on in our country. It looks like our institutions of democracy and our tenets of democracy are being undermined. The issue of Pandai with Matthew Nyindam is not a new issue in our democratic politics. You've had issues with Dana Bodakpi, you've had issues with Teji Kessben, in Asin, and basically you've had the House allow the court and the legal processes to take place and be exhausted before state institutions are stampeded into acting in ways that undermine democracy. Matthew Nyindam should be given his day in court. He has filed appeal processes at the High Court. He has filed for a judicial review at the Supreme Court. And none of those cases has been adjudicated. So why the rush? Why the indecent haste? I think that he's being railroaded. I think that this undermines our institutions of democracy. I think that we should take a halt to these processes and allow him to have his day in court, just as others have done in the past. The House has never really rushed in this way when it came to the other cases. What is the difference with the case of Matthew Nyindam? I think it should not be this case. I think we should uphold the tenets of democracy. Democracy is something precious that we've all had and we've all subscribed to. When you start undermining its pillars, you break it down, and the consequences for the nation are very severe. And so simply because you have power, you shouldn't feel that you can ride roughshod over your opponents and over the principles of democracy. And so I stand with the principles that are being espoused by the minority in Parliament, and they are doing a good job at it, and we want to support all the principles that they are fighting over in this particular case. Thank you very much.
All right, yes, we had that say, Dr. Baumia. That brings me to my man Jeffrey Okansi now for about Gordon Hono. Jeff,
just 15 seconds. I think on the lithium idea.
Yes.
Like my call on government. I think they've suspended it, which is clean, and then they've said that they want to hold stakeholder consultation. I think that broader consultation is key. We should have a national confab to decide on what we as citizens and leadership think lithium could be used for. But my highlight point is that, look, BB Alpha Gold, Diamond, Bauxite, Uboniama, Nina, Gudiana, Medicae, Nina, no, the emphasis on Biaba, and so, DNA, we are not, let's say, 10%, 5%, no, and the Makoma and Cobium. Intimacy, Ghana, dear, Ghana phone quiet to Nanya idea. Na me pese some special voluntary committee kofo metu omo me esi o se me nji me o me nji kapre Ghana ho do nti me se de me ko gina o se me ko choro mo ma I can be a secretary to that committee ye be ye de a che Ghana na emwa Ghana the twato ye national mineral development plan se ene ye ko ye nimi minerals ni na agudie nya me de che ye no ye mbo ho plan bi nguo na gold ni nkrampo no yeko yenim ni yenko kupiem so bia Ghana fon kwan na be den about 80% gold a yetu no enya Ghana government ene Ghana fon kwan dia fango no so ho no yenya Ghana so ye ne ye wo efidie na ye de twe fango no ne ye wo bi wo ha o yenko na ye hu fango no wie ne koton ye de e ma Angola ne ye de ahan Angola bibi e fa ye no eno so opkape na area keti ya mambuefu enso kesi di nkita kakra enti yenko yenim Panda asemi awukan yi me it's a test for our democracy. Ade bia ebe so ya hwe se ye kabima minke bia mamu no bebe yedu no ye ko enima ye ko ne sen. Yam se nye na edikan ni se yato abawi a ye de akopiem court. Yam se kese no pa ne kese na ye akonya kese no pa akopiem mpenu. Yam se 2013 ye ko ye na 2025 yam se after the 2020 election I think 2021 we were then in court again. Esan so koye can be minke bi ewo ho ntiam se nye it's not novel ade bia ye san so ebe so ye ho ahwe na ka bi minke bi amamu no Ghana de no akode nim kakra ade ba kwa metwa so no se sia ebe ka na mra nde mra ohwe huma no so sia ewo ho no yen di so pepe ne franko yenim menye lawyer mu mpondi enso se ohwe de mra na chire se constitution ne mra huma no mine onyina se ye di akiri ne ye bo ho ban na de nokure no mpim nokure ya me se clerk ohwe nkrata so ewo mrase bijafie no ode ekoda dore EC ema EC so dia abetudwa da ye beto aba no na ya me se mimi gidi se bibia ye dui Abranti na o te akonya so se MP se na ye akonya ne fini na se on sankoto onko we se abato ni biom no yem so no so akọ court ense na asem no so se yem se si on the 16th ye 8 nti ye beka eno so ho asem nti yem se eno kra kire Ghana Ghana no ye mo nsema e hundu bebi o ya ye bi o ebibi man mu so be ko abato mu sensem ye beka se asem we wo say hey na nkofo atwedua ene tu enso ene Ghana yes so sports of violence say mintimi wan say ene pre hun kakra abem say am nwa be makan enso ukohwem percentage wise Ghana yakoye nimpa mami twintem nko Israel say mo
main topic am say di won komo obedwane kakra okay touch on it and then yenko
Israel ho no enye ne ene sha say among the group of nations they are bullies and I have no regrets. Say omo yom we say omo yesisifo na only say Ghana say yemfoa omo so from the way they treat Palestinians and Ghana and ye are no atum baku mienu miensa eba UN krapo Ghana ye obebi agina say ye engine ntum say onkoso nsisi and this ye obi a there's on shed up pay asem that into ne ye wasem ena ye misans na obekọ asem kese so say governance mu say aban ahia ye bon komo no oman timamfo nsem kam no ye nkofo pọ mu kọ ye adwuma no omo yomoni asi so pa omo ntwiti ye yie ba on say Ghana no ye maame no wakoye say ye bone ba owo kwan a obefa so diplomacy so ade na nkura mu di agro na wabo unua na de bia e ka no fefefe nti yemi say akoso ani nti no obi a sori ana obo Ghana bi so obekoma so ka say Ghana fo bi yekun omo yaya e wo Gambia ena ye sa e kan o ye se me pata kakra ena ye twa so ye Ghana fo ya ye ti ye krom krapo awo timi ba etimi be ye niam bi a emfata enso na Ghana yakuma ya yem se Ghana fo ne won kran fo su man bi a ye fe no ablekuma ba kuma wo se aho no mombra na mombe dore ye nya baken okay you come we always have expectation that visitors will come with us and we've been praised and touted for our hospitality say ye Ghana yes oh ye de ye donipa and yes obi na ka kire ye helper kokan French si ana yes unya Ghana ni ubenya Ghana for edu a ombeba won chance si a na emu edu no be say at least 8 of them ebe bisa say fa na okono maboa enu nya enti say obi esisi ye da okay ye me say ne ye for retaliating no unse obi board de bia no osisi de bia na wan keka ho engina ho yi a osisi fo be sisi da say onim say o man our friend Ghana no na obi di yeso obi be kan ye hye obi oba ase ka ye be di agro na ye di dwa no edu bebi na fe o kan ye hye and then we rose ye sorry ye say enough is enough independence ye bio na ye Ghana na ye di enim na ma bi o Africa enya o mo fa ondi into the sisi we na o ye Israel na obi sisi ya de enti ade bi o mo ye say na eti aye ne say yesu de bia na ye kosra de ene so kan bi
mate better say Gordon mamintio na fe I know we're going to touch on the Israel thing but let's finish with the Kwandai one. Yes sir.
You see 2024 ye to Santene Kotoaba presidential and parliamentary.
Okay.
If Ghanaians indeed queued and voted for you Kojo out here and what's a ya allow ma obi etintim onsa eje what actually belongs to you anameboa
yeah sure
so that impression that sit bebre aye wono yesampe bi den aka hu biom no they must know that se Ghana for indeed eto say 275 ni na nkoma NDC a we must make sure we take it so that yen set bad precedents. You get the point? So that yen set bad precedents. And Kofu create impression say ye pe bebre ediama president third term.
No, you are in
president
power.
Nankasa o me pa
You are in power.
Kojo
then are you?
O kasa no wan ka shi wan ka we.
Miniano no.
Kojo mampeni nankasa to nanu tuo say.
Yeah.
He is not contesting any third term. Anameboa.
Yes.
Inti nu sa niema na MPP for na mo ka say ye petete mama John Mahama ntina ye pese ye gigi omo city ni na no is neither here nor there because papa na kasa kasa ye de onko. 2 I listened to Alhaji Baumia me bisa me say look at who is speaking.
That's Dr. Baumia.
Yes.
Yes.
Few months ago no a vice president.
Yes.
Jaju Kessben went through a lot. What was his comment? Sir, Santro Kofi Apafululubi and Alikbe etnas 4 years without MP. Then okay. Yet na ha mampeni instructing the secretary Etron Krata Koma Parliament say LGBT bill don't transmit to us. What did he say? Today, or Kasen Crawford overuse power. What did he say? Ghana phone in Aka say yempe e-levy, yet you brought us e-levy. On the credibility there, a bon say, I would advise him say about public discourse. It's better so be better so be because the credibility saying when all fundamentals are weak, exchange rate to expose you. Solid economic management team, Jambafo, no body, no srisri.
But these are solid.
Today, this man has the nerve to be talking. Shame, because he superintended over a government. Yenya Konya will scrap it in our political history. So you should be quiet. Mamindi Minkomo, the AC of Parliament is shameful. And the MPP exhibited immaturity. MPs exhibited immaturity. I'll tell you why. Kojo, MPs, AFFA, Akwatana Parliament on that day, they had planned to go and cause mess. And Nuntina, in the absence of COVID, they went with face masks. Ntubisa won't say, they are not muka koyeno say indeed, ne ye papa. Why were they disguising themselves? They knew say omuko acting immaturely. And Nuntinu, omushe nose mask to cover their face. Said their speaker Obertine Gwemunu, who obia all misbehaving. And that is the MPP we have today. Gradually, they are becoming nuisance in Parliament. They are becoming nuisance. Please, let me talk. They are becoming nuisance. Messi, they are becoming nuisance. Because in the first place, why would all of them go with the face masks? Have you asked yourself that question? Said the alcohol yeah. I didn't know how we name enko. Because omunim somuko ye nyamransem. Enyama e die nim guase bema aban no. Ne die nim guase beba parliament intinu. Ono mo kata kata omani. Let us not tolerate that. Let us not tolerate that.
And you want one another bre. So okaza.
Me say let us not tolerate that. Mami ndi nkomo bi nchira o. Kojo.
Me no.
The ya me depa ne say we have a majority here. They were resolute, exhibited maturity
Kessben
on that day.
92.9.
Abambi came, they would have brought military in the chamber because there was chaos. Military or parliament? Military. Why? How? Since when did Marshall become military?
And you want to say,
please, men go win mass. Please, men go win mass. Men go win mass. Me see, maybe came. Yeah, be pass bail. MPP brought military on the floor just to cause fear and panic in the opponent. Then, banda ye were majority omuya matured, so they used their maturity and the powers vested in parliament to make sure that government business will go on. I applaud them. They have shown leadership. They have shown maturity.
Okay.
My last point.
Last point now for
you see, on this Bandai issue, Mitier deputy minority leader, and Kojo, Mami no need this small exercise. Help me out. Makacho say, these MPP people, gone were the days. Who person join MPP? Baby Sao, first degree certificate and a master's, and they have a bunch of people who doesn't learn. They don't read. Honorable Patricia Appiaje led a press conference.
Yes, she did.
Kojo, in the Constitution of Ghana, parliamentary election dispute doesn't go to Supreme Court. So you're aware. It doesn't go to Supreme Court.
Yes.
Jachu question issue a court Supreme Court was on interpretation because the bone of contention was on citizenship.
Yes.
And yet, the parliamentary election itself that went to Supreme Court.
Mami
Kasa. You are even shameful for her for leading such a wasteful press conference. Let me expose her. I'm coming. And shamefully, you had MPs at her back didn't correct it. The Supreme Court was on citizenship and interpretation. And or say on that two questions issue, you trans man called the full way. I'm a Supreme Court a ruling and send the by election. Listen to me carefully.
So one case
as we speak, do we have any suit in the Supreme Court?
Yes, we do.
On the Panda issue?
Yes, we do.
Oh, me ba.
Yes, we do.
The issue that is in court, our ruling is same on the High Court to stay execution.
On the 16th, the Martin Yendam and then the lawyers have filed a rate. At that Supreme Court, and you say, seeking relief on two issues. Say, social right now, what they call Supreme Court. I said, on Kwashi, your friend is saying the judgment made by the High Court. Don't worry, the judgment made by Nabi.
No, you go ahead.
May try
that's what you see, they are make sure on say yes. The substance of a parliamentary election outcome don't go to Supreme Court.
Okay.
The clerk actually come out easy and say you filed an injunction, and the injunction was supposed to last for 7 days.
Yes. Yeah.
After the elapse of the 7 days, the Supreme Court ruling and the High Court ruling continue to take effect because the injunction has elapsed.
Now,
and nothing as Speaker Carr say, during the existence of the injunction, the man remains an MP of Pandai. But any time that injunction elapses, he ceases to be an MP. So the clerk wrote after the 7 days injunction had elapsed. The
clerk of Parliament was served on the 3rd.
On the 3rd of December. Served what?
What's
suit was served?
Yes, with the friend. Yes. And he wrote a letter to the EC on the 4th of December. How can I serve you on the 3rd and you write a letter to the EC on the 4th?
No, it's not true.
It's a public knowledge.
Public knowledge. So that we can go in short.
Yes, in short.
The American in our cousin said,
yes.
Pandai 4. If indeed, Omoto Santini Etoma, MPP parliamentary candidate, it wouldn't matter. Say you call for rerunner. The same people will queue and vote for you.
Yes.
But because MPP named your Mayenintino, they are refusing to allow for a for a rerun.
Okay.
We the NDs believe that Pandai fought to Obama young parliamentary candidate.
Right.
It say indeed be born akoso.
Okay.
Not the court, the Supreme Court of the land. Kase. Rerunner.
Okay.
The same people who voted for us, they believe that they vote for us, they will queue and vote for us.
Mate. Mebani ababeto so na fi ahwe ye deportees no. But meanwhile, a happy birthday to you. Lugu. Miss Ajurim Lugu of University of Ghana. Happy birthday to you. Hey Miss, where's the party happening? This one is coming from Kojo Preko and my good self. Happy birthday to you again, once again, Miss Lugu. Ajuram Lugu. We wish you well. And then a happy birthday to you, Asante Christian, Kweku Chris, a student at Riaso College of Education, Watiko. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Philomena Anamoa, beautician in Accra. This one is coming from Charlotte. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Karen in Kumasi. Happy birthday to you, Karen. We wish you well. 46 minutes into a year 9 a.m. I was so do a video to a year Kessben TV. And I've on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121. Meda CB Kessben TV. Now let's move on. With 92.9 now VM head here called Ghana deports 3 Israelis after ill treatment of its citizen at Tel Aviv. Kwaku, we dey mean any kwekun here ne Godwin Beshas here ono ne party is it too harsh one or it is okay?
It's never too harsh.
Okay.
Applause to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa.
Kessben 92.9
international relations. Be able to catch us another way. You'll be able to vent your anger. Now at the end, you need to be back to a round table to find an amicable solution to a problem. This is one of the approach.
Okay.
To retaliate, same on the same score. At least in one of my programs, I did international relations. During my LLB program, I did international law. So I know what I'm talking about. So Ablakwa has not erred in any way. We read this statement to issue and draw. It is clear that both countries have agreed to sit. Now you have a conversation. We beside say, would that have been the case in the absence of the retaliation? Say that may not have been the case. You get the point? Because you see, to say aboa esi unia so men kasa sorry ne so. Kasa sorry yen so because say ofini so wan hwa no ye den oba wo so. We a collective national patriotic step that is say ye nina. We have to applaud the minister because it's unacceptable, and you bred this national or international issues for far too long. There are times when you say Ghana for more hanum, ya won't say Ghana for more, ya won't say ya say to look like we don't have teeth to bite. Because for Philly say country citizens are here or more Ghana. You get the point? Compared to Ghana for person more then or more crime on eco secure for greener pastures. And into your corner or more and bonnet because we don't have most of their citizens being interested in coming to Ghana. Now you say other. But Ghana, we have a lot that many countries, any opportunity on Ghana. If for nothing at all, you have peace, the whole world. O kanya go kan Ghana ede akan. Ntu yes kenimpo na wo skala uni asundua. You are not even happy. Anameboa. So for me person me dwell so much on the substance of the matter, but the whole case ni say Israel for they meted a bad practice on citizens of Ghana and Miensa. I mean, person may repeat what they did. But now we will not accept. AU will not accept. ECOWAS will not accept. You get the point? And to show them, say, the minister decided to also deport 3 of their citizens from Ghana who came to Ghana not far long. And at the end, 2 countries now in Abba who say what they did, whether it is wrong or good. I think it's a big opportunity. Say, you have a roundtable discussion. Where you be stopping any future such incidents. You get the point? No, BA who say we have not been quiet because we cannot bite. But for the purposes of treaties, international relations, trade relations, cross-border relationship, and sometimes you can solve it in Niema diplomatically. But a doom so as won't say we can also bite. We will definitely do that, and that is what the minister has done. So for me, Kojo, Honorable Kojo to Ablakwa requires or needs to be applauded. He has stood as a citizen and a patriot.
All right.
He has stood and acted indeed as the minister of foreign affairs, and requires a full applause of the entire country.
But I say, Godwin, just 2 minutes be on this one. I feel fancy.
I
can't go in this occasion.
My main correct your friend is saying be okay. On that issue. Only panel.
Yes.
Were filing for a stay. Was survey. Were filing for a social right. So, I survey on Parliament. Inti near Emma.
It has not been ruled on.
It has not been ruled on. But
that's the point.
It has
not been ruled on.
It has to be exhausted. The legal premise must be exhausted.
They take effect injunction because I know your interim injunction. Interim injunction. Immediately you file and it is granted. It takes effect. But the subsequent ones are all come for stay of execution until the court rules on.
Exactly.
To execution.
No, but my file is right to Supreme Court. The hearing is set for 16th of December.
It doesn't bar the authority from working.
No, it doesn't bar them, but you must exhaust the legal premise.
So 10 years.
By which law? Who says that we have to exhaust?
By which law saying? Nancy, so maybe the case in court.
Yes.
Etiao. That's a case, you know. Ya setting date to see about BTR. Yen take case, you know. Now work on now execution.
It is to your own detriment, but so long as you have not been injuncted, you can go ahead.
And today I'm this stay nearby.
Stay now, whether indeed the people have to be
whether you like
or not.
Whether you like it.
It is not. It is
not. But not on the substantive matter that.
But then so me apply for a stay.
Yeah.
Me file a stay against you. For that 7 days period, it is a stay on you.
Yes, and expire.
And as at the time, what your letter expire.
Okay, well, granted, as we speak, has he expired?
Expire and ra.
Okay.
And as at the time now, throw a letter on the 4th.
Now expire.
Oh, I don't know. What's some KPD?
Now expire. If it had not expired before Ultros our letter now, then the best the MPP could
exactly. That is why they were calling on him
for contempt.
That is
rather file for contempt.
Obian filing for contempt. That is why they were calling on him.
Yeah, so you are right. The Parliamentary Service letterhead, her Parliament House Accra, actual dear Madam Chairperson, occurrence of vacancy in the membership of Parliament. You know, the date there is 4th of December.
Nobody is contending that.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that
expire on the 10th. And it's a maybe the idea, but not expire on the 10th. That's a my troll letter on the 4th, which anything and minority were calling on him say already was a letter because it was not supposed to be in the first place.
Could you contempt of court? Munching the contempt of court.
For contempt to change.
Could you the contempt?
Israeli ceremony there.
Yes.
Yantraha Emma Obia and free mind show. Emma Chere say, Anna, no crana won't say. Na minue ka say omu Ghanaians 3. Apart from the Ghanaians 3 no last week members of parliament 4.
Yes, no more so
detain. Oh, okay.
Members of parliament 4. Which doesn't make a lot of sense because omu members of parliament bibia or what ubetime Google check it on them and everything.
Yes.
So if you detain 4 members of parliament, it's an affront to Ghana. Yeah. And the main sad decision no there.
All right.
And mebo minua okuye to abakwa abaso. Magaje ne so waya de pa. Fi say ye ntena yemahu. Em obi mfa ye ne mu twitwiri fom. Na wi a wasa ba betena. Omo businesses omo ye Ghana ha. Eni sika omo gye wo ha nyi sika ketwa. No waba. No waba betena ye man mu free. Why enjoy the peace. Mo to mo bomb we fam friend since we ya nka ho bi now be enjoy we are ya ba ho anu asan ba bu ye ni mutia
Matthias here.
Kojo,
yes sir.
Kojo, just a quick one.
Quick one.
The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources made a post and the post indicate that LI 2462 which is LI now we promise to repeal you know they have sent a repeal LI of 2501.
Yeah.
They have filed it on the floor as at Endra, I think in Drechi.
Yeah.
Now the 21 days are as I say elapsed before it to take effect had elapsed.
Okay.
What it means is that the repeal of bail now allows ye mining in our forest reserves, which many people thought NDC didn't have the balls to file for it repeal. No? Indeed, we have been able to execute that campaign promise as well.
But that's it. But I was say, Yanko Fast Sports, you know, ready for the action from now to 2 p.m. But I was baby for joining us on 92.9 FSA Kessben TV. We did the man sign song for Kojo Preko Dankwah. We are back again tomorrow morning, God willing. We'll be here with our production team now, led by Richard Apia Sapon, Fifi, and our face right here, Addison, and then my man himself, Amos, on the technical. But we'll be sick. Have a wonderful morning, and trust me, have a lovely morning. Bye bye.
92.9 and after so a Kessben TV swore Kessben Maakye Sunye Midin Edia Mansan Sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah and I make a choice say in a day a dafofro e wo wabra bom and until one so no pay we ya boya wo e wie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw and until we break through ebeba so sorry na fa wo fidie no eto 92.9 and after so a Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 Midin Edia Mansan Sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah.